welcome back to Teacher Kenny's English for Everyone. Hope you've been doing okay. We got rain today. Oh my gosh. Maybe it will be a little cooler outside. But anyhow, I hope you're doing okay. Hope you're studying. If you're watching my channel and you're new to it, don't forget to subscribe, guys. I need your help. When I first started this channel, I put out about 42 videos, give or take, the Say With Me pronunciation videos. They're based on a book that I put together about 10 years ago when I was in China. And the lessons are really, really good in those Say With Me videos. Although the audio is not always that good. There's some little gargles in the audio, but the lessons are very intact and they're very good. And you need, remember, speaking is a skill, and it takes repetitive work to master your skill. Okay? Nothing is free. You have to practice English. Reading and writing, you can get that out of a book, but listening and speaking, guys, you just have to practice. And listening is number one, because if you listen good, it'll come out of your mouth good. You don't have to worry about videos and books that show you where to put your tongue and your teeth and stuff like that. People are natural mimics, and we can make all those sounds, okay? So don't be afraid of speaking English because of that. What I thought I would do today, I've been listening to some Chinese students, students of my students, and it made me think about how important, guys, the vowels are. So today we're going to do a refresher covering the vowels and vowel-related sounds, because your goal, and I'm pointing right at you, your goal is to be understood. Understand? If you cannot say the vowel sounds correctly, your pronunciation may not ever be very good. I'm just going to tell you like it is. There are certain things about English that you must master. Then the rest of it's pretty easy. So, today we're going to do a refresher on vowels and vowel sounds. And if you do it right, you'll be okay. Now, one thing you're going to see, or you're going to hear me talk about as we do this video today, is English spellings can be very, very confusing. Some words that have looks like they should sound a certain way don't. So what you see is not what you always hear. And I'll give you a couple examples as we go through this video. But let's start, guys, with the long vowel A. And I refer to everything as long and short vowel. You got A, A, E, I, O, and U, which has a U, U, or sound. And that's pretty much it until we get to some things we call diphthongs. So A is very strong, and it's in all these vowels. They're in every English word. And A is a rising tone. If I go hey, like hey you, if you'll notice the A turns into an E right at the end. So E must be our highest pitch vowel. And for you foreign speakers, guys, mimic what we say and how we say it. It's very important. If you say it too fast, you don't give the vowel the time to do its job. Remember, I got to pull up something. Remember, the vowel is what makes the sound of the word. That's the primary reason that we have vowels. They're the building block of our words. Okay? So, on like A, if I say like same, way, game, bait, maze. See, those are very, very strong sounds. And when you see a word, now here's another deal too. You listen. Never, ever guess the pronunciation of a word. If you run across a new word, you need to go listen to it on websites like thefreedictionary.com, or almost all the dictionary websites now have the little horn you can press on and hear the pronunciation. I'm telling you right now, never guess. All right. Now the next one, the short A, is the sound, like sat, cat, past, and our mouths open up pretty good, you know, okay, but it's not high pitched like the long vowel, the strong vowel. So again, you got people like jack, act. See, all those have A sounds. And I'll try to put like a little sentence on the video, just to help you. But remember, we got to do these perfectly. So you can go from today's video, go back and look at my Say With Me pronunciation videos, and you can practice the sound over and over. That's what those videos are designed to do. They're designed to help you get that skill. And I had that book. That book has been out at least 10 years, my original book, and it's kind of like shadowing, but one word at a time. And before the word shadowing was ever conceived or used much, I was doing this in my classes in China. Remember, I am a classroom teacher. I have taught thousands of students in the actual classroom. Lots of these videos you see on YouTube, the people have never taught a lesson to a student unless it's maybe one-on-one online, and their pronunciation, because they are a native speaker, just carried them through. And the other people that have videos on YouTube and whatnot, they're just trying to impress you with how good of a cartoon they can make. And you hear these little AI robot voices like, hello, how are you today? I am fine, thank you. That's not English. You're watching a cartoon. You need to listen to real teachers that know what they're doing. Okay? And I got the experience on my side. I am here to teach you how to get results. Okay? Now, next vowel is long vowel E. You know, like E, like meat, neat, seat, bean, your knee, E, E, E. And it's almost like you're smiling. You're going, E, E, E. It's an easy sound to do, and I'm sure you have it in your language. But remember, English is very strong with these sounds, especially the Americans and the Canadians. Now, there are a few vowels where the British say them slightly different, okay? But these main vowels, we all do this. So we got E, and they have different spellings too. You know, you got like, usually it's an E-E like in meat, or a E-A, like in meat that we eat. So, and there can be other differences, like at the end of words. If I say company, and it ends with an E sound, right? But not every word will sound like that. And that's why you must check your pronunciation with a dictionary. Now the next sound is the hardest one for me, that I remember teaching, is we go from E to the short vowel like wet, next, met, set, we go from E thing there is the sounds. Usually you just see like the 1E, like rest or test. But if you got EA, kind of like up when we were doing the other sentences a minute ago, a lot of times an EA, like bread, see, it has the sound. So not everything is the high sound. So bread, tread, and that's where two vowels are coming together. Another thing with short vowels, you got to listen, because when we go to I here in a minute, almost everybody seems to confuse short E and short I. Alright, so now we went from E to E. Now we're going to go to I. Remember, everything goes A-E-I-O-U, so we're going to go in order, okay? Let me pull up, I'm looking at my old book right now, and I sold a lot of these in China. Alright, now I is high-pitched also, so that's why we call it the long vowel. So I, like I, my, try, cry, see, I, sight, might, see, very, very strong sounds, and you should be able to make it easily. Again, the trick sometimes is getting the right pronunciation. So I. Alright, now here, this next one, the short vowel, I, guys, where we had E, a while ago. Now we got I, like sit, kitten, mitten, miss, I miss you, do you miss me? So I, Alright, so now we've covered A, E, I, Again, look how I'm almost smiling. Sit. If. Alright, see that? Practice, practice, practice. O. O is big, and you see O in my mouth. Let me get a couple words here. What? Now you can watch my mouth here, but the main thing is to mimic native speakers. So if I go boat, goat, coat, grow. Hear that? Oh, look at my mouth. Now that, I make an actual O shape. Coal, roam. Hear that? Roam. So O is really, really strong. Alright, now when we go to the short O here in just a second, guys, the short O sound is like a ah. And this is where you'll hear differences between American English and British English. And I'm not British, so I'm not going to try, but you will hear the difference. When you go to like thefreedictionary.com and listen to the American, you hit the little horn of the American pronunciation. A lot of times there's the British pronunciation right beside it, and you can hear the difference. So, like hot, robot, lock, hear that? Ah. Clock. Where's another one? Mom. Hi, Mom. See that ah sound? Short O. You know, like when we went hot dog. Hear that? Caught. You will hear differences when the British speak it. So beware. And it's not much. It's just a little bit of difference in pitch. They keep their mouth a little rounder, maybe. Now, you has a different, let me find you real quick. The first sound is just the ooh, like, now this is the long vowel U. This is the main vowel. So, like, moon, cartoon, soon, hear that? Ooh. Then there's also just the pure U. So A-E-I-O-U, U, right? So really U has kind of three sounds. And there's also like new, it has this U, but it's still basically the ooh sound. Flu, blue. We're going to go now to the short U, which is the sound. Like, remember this is short U. So if we have like cut, cup, mummy, just, fun, hungry, hear that? Hungry. So it's So now we went A, E, I, O, and we got the U, oo, or sound. U is a big deal in English. Alright, so there is our main A-E-I-O-U vowels. Those are the traditional vowels. Now hang on a second, I'm going to pull up something else. Since we're working with vowel sounds. Another thing with English, lots of English words have two vowels side by side. And the way the words spell sometimes will tell you the pronunciation a little. But again, nothing in English is certain. That's the only bad thing about learning English is we have too many words that have kind of look the same, but they don't sound the same. So again, what you see is not what you always hear. Alright, and when we have two vowels together, some teachers call them sliding vowels. I've heard that term before, and I saw it in a lesson I was working on. But it's really called diphthong, D-I-P-T-H-O-N-G, diphthong. And the most common ones that you're going to see is the sound of like oi, like boy, toy, boil, coil. It is oi, oi, oi. But they're not always spelled the same. Like boy, B-O-Y, right? And if I said boil, there is the O-I. That's the actual diphthong, two vowels working together. All right. So there's the oi sound. There is also what we call the ear sound, like, and it's usually E-A, but sometimes it's I-E also. But like here, well, think about it. We got the regular here, like I'm here, just the H-E-R-E. But now we got here, like what I'm doing here. I'm hearing you, maybe. Beer. Now, beer has two E's, but it's two vowels, so there's our diphthong. Near has an E-A sound. So there's the year. So there's this ear sound. All right. And you have to, when you see it, you'll probably recognize it. If not, go back to my Say With Me pronunciation, and I got a big list. That Say With Me videos, guys, is a really good lesson. There's also the air sound, which often is A-I or E-A. So we got like a bear, hair, with me, pear, or just the word air, A-I-R, A-I. So there's another one. The other one we hear the most in English, there are other diphthongs, or they classify as diphthongs, but the one I'm talking about the 4 or 5 most heard. There is the owl sound. Now, owl sometimes is just, I was trying to think of it, like how, H-O-W. That's not really a diphthong, but the sound is. Because remember, sometimes Y and W act as vowels. So if I say how, cow, down, downtown, that's a hard one for Chinese people. Say downtown, they're don't. But that's where practice. So, ow. How now, brown cow. Say that. Repeat after me. How now, brown cow. Ow, ow. So, you need to take this lesson, and I'm going to try to have a couple example sentences pop up in between my captions. I want to caption this. I really want you to understand what we're doing. All right? It's so important. If you get the vowels correct, your pronunciation will be just fine. Okay? The only problem you have, again, is always checking your vocabulary. Don't guess, just look and listen and repeat. So anyhow, that's kind of it for this lesson. But vowels, this vowel refresher, vowels revisited. Okay? But you have a great day, and I'll see you on the next lesson. And don't forget, don't ignore those Say With Me videos. They will save you a lot of heartache. So I'll talk to you later. So, bye. Bye-bye.